Brown.
Oh yeah, we have to.
Did we just cancel? Did we cancel our LeBron invite? Stay tuned. All this and more.
Welcome to Game Day Battle, where Cleveland sports news meets biased and outspoken opinion. Huge show 91, and we have a full crew for that.
Yeah.
Brett, who's had to miss a couple weeks and was actually locked in a little cellar somewhere last week, finally got out, and he's here with us tonight. Brett,
don't worry, I escaped. I survived my Skittles and water.
Yeah, well,
and I had a 5-year-old kid, but you know.
Whatever it took to get out and get back here.
It's called survival.
All right, well, next time we're going to lock the door a little tighter.
We figured you'd work it out, man.
And to my left, Ramon Torres, remarkably unsportslike tonight.
Incognito.
A little bit debonair, too. You got the hat, personalities.
As the show goes on, you know why.
All right, we'll see. I'm looking forward to finding out why.
And congrats on your return to the Facebook.
Oh,
Mr. Torres is back. Mr. Torres is back.
Now interacting with you live via Facebook.
And the guy who does most of that, runs most of the Facebook page, that is Dale Santursi, DST, as known in the sports world.
Yep.
And still with the some Tribe Love, even though they've been a little bit rough.
Hey, it's early. It's early.
It's early. And I am Mike Glass. We have a huge show. Of course, the draft, the National Football League draft. Browns, 7 picks, lots of needs. Did some things. We're going to hit all of that. And I think basketball season's over. Hell no. Cavs are back in the news.
Love it.
And Mike Brown is coming back. I saw a little picture up, allow me to reintroduce myself. I think you put it up on the Facebook page. And that's about exactly where we're at right now. Same guy coming back, and of course, that will have many mixed emotions and thoughts. So for right now, I think we got to just dive right into it. Actually, before we do, if you're not a fan of the Facebook page, please go there. We're looking for all the support we can. The page has been slowly growing.
I get to like them out of my car. I have one of those.
Yeah.
Blue ones.
Do you?
Yeah, get it.
Bring it in.
I will.
Also, subscribe. I can't even remember now where they're putting the subscribe. I think it's like down here. You have to click like or subscribe or something at the bottom.
No, it might be in that corner.
I don't know. It's on this page somewhere. If you're watching us on YouTube, unfortunately on Facebook, go to YouTube and then hit subscribe.
And we'll buy you a beer wherever you are.
Yeah. It's right here. Just click on my face. Right here.
Another thing, I know you guys wanted to see us live as we do every year, live draft show. Sorry we couldn't bring that to you guys, man, but
I was locked in a cellar.
We got some things coming up to go shoot live, and just look out for that. We're going to keep everybody updated. And absolutely, and I'm glad you mentioned that because that's something we all 4 of us look forward to. I know it's a fun thing, and this is mostly my fault because I had to leave the country for a while and couldn't get back in time to.
Sorry, there's no me in team.
There's not.
No, there is though. No, I'm just playing. Like, I love you.
So anyway, though, we're looking at a few big dates coming up to do some big shows and maybe start rolling that on a more regular basis because that's a lot of fun. So looking forward to that. For right now, though, let's dive into the Browns draft and just hit every aspect that we can.
Game Day Battle is brought to you by Bamboozle's Restaurant and Lounge in Parma. They have the best drink specials anywhere. Seriously, buy one, get one free drinks. How often do you hear of it? You don't. They do it twice a week. Billy's mom makes the pasta sauce all the time, and the burgers, you simply won't find a better one. Check them out, bamboozles.com. Again, bamboozles.com. When you go there, tell them GDB sent you.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure I am. So. Well, Ramon's optimistic now, so somebody's got to be pessimistic. I guess that's me now. Is that what's happening? Maybe not. Is that all changed?
Sports gear tonight.
Oh yeah, the sports gear. Maybe that's why.
That was only a 2-week thing.
Okay, so the Browns have chosen a number of players. They had 7 picks going into this, and Banner and Lombardi did a few things. They had 3 trades. We picked 5 players, and if you add in a player we got from the trade, we actually came out with 6 players here, and maybe not exactly the draft that a lot of the mocks were setting us up for, but a very interesting draft. I don't think it was a vanilla draft at all. I think that they made some moves. I think they did a lot of things that made it interesting, and if you look at this new rookie class coming in, there's some definite prospect, some talent there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Dale, why don't you let us know about the whole rookie class?
Well, it started off, the first round, as we all know, we went with Barkevious Mingo, 6'4", 241 defensive end out of LSU. He was second team All-ACC 2011, 2012, and in his 3 years, He racked up 15 and a half sacks. Runs a 4.58 40, 9 and 5/8 inch hands. He's built like Jason Pierre-Paul from the Giants, who I love. He's just, got some meat to put on him. He's definitely undersized for a defensive end position, but when you're in college, you're not hitting the weight room like you're supposed to once you're a paid professional athlete and you're in the locker room.
NFL trainers
40,
can do a lot.
40 to 60 hours a week. They're going to bulk him up. They're going to put weight on him, but he's a definite pass rusher. And that's what they're looking at. They want to run this 3-4. They want to get pressure on the quarterback. I know a lot of us were high on D. Milliner, D back. He was there, but even Milliner said you can be a great corner, and if you can't get to the quarterback, you're still going to get burned. So I like the mindset that they're just bolstering this defensive line that we're going to have, and those hybrid linebackers too that are going to weigh down from the defensive end position. But I like the pick. They stayed at 6. They had needs. They knew what they wanted to do. They made the pick. They took a chance, and they're hoping Barkevious Mingo could be the face of the new Browns defense.
And he's going to be the face of the Browns defense one way or another, whether it's going south or north. And he was definitely an interesting pick in the sense that he may have been on a mock or two out there as a possibility, but I don't think he was really thought to go to the Browns at that point, especially if Milliner was still on the board. Milliner, though, he dropped quite a bit. He didn't go right after the Browns. I don't know what he ended up getting selected at, but he dropped a lot more than I thought he would, and potentially the surgeries that he's had, the questions about that. So Mingo's maybe a better choice than that, but he's a little bit more of a project than you'd expect to get at the 6th pick.
Absolutely.
But honestly, my view with the draft now, I think everything changed when they came up with this new agreement. And when you can't we can't look at the number 1, number 2, number 3, 5, 6, whatever position and say that equals X amount of money. You can't look at the guy and say he has to equal a 6th round pick. To me, if the higher you pick, it only gives you the more control over the board than the lower pick. So if you're picking 6 and you want a guy that would normally go, maybe he's worth like the 10th or 12th or 15th spot, 6 means you get him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you're picking 20, you may not get him. So it's just control the board because the pay structure, I think throughout the entire draft is all set, right? First round gets a certain amount, second round gets a certain amount.
And this is only about the 3rd year that we've actually seen that in place.
Right.
So you really start to see it shape up. Like you don't grade a draft till 3 years after. That's the same with the new rules. You really don't see how they affect the game until you get a couple years into it.
Right. And so in that sense, I don't mind if they wanted this guy and maybe he should have gone at number 10 or number 11 or 15 and they got him at 6. I don't care. We're not paying him anymore, really that much more for picking him at 6, but they got the guy they wanted, and it says a lot to me. They wanted a guy, they went out and got him. They say he's a character guy too. They've first thing they compliment on this guy was his character and how they talked to him and they worked with him, and he's a good kid, and that's a little different. When you're picking number 6, you expect him to come out and say he's a beast. We think that he's going to do this for us. He's going to be a presence. He's going to be a force.
Yeah.
So maybe they're really looking at character now and guys in the locker room.
I think the biggest fact we need was a corner. Now, if I knew we were going to pick him at 6, even though we have all this beefed up line already, I think it's like I don't want to say a slap to the face to the guys you got now, but it's sort of like, well, we got to go out and get this guy because we don't think the guys we got now can fit the place.
Yeah, I agree with that. That thought's always in the back of my head too. But when you think about it, they're not this regime's guys.
That's true.
They didn't study Phil Taylor film. They weren't out there meeting with Jabal Sheard. There's no personal relationships with these new guys, and basically all that they really have to go on them is last year's film and what they saw when they stepped in. So a lot of the guys that the fans and old ownership field has value. It almost hurts to think that we might not have Sheard next year, or they might move him, or that Phil Taylor's not going to get any playing time in a 3-4 front. It's tough.
Which is, I thought maybe they're going to package this group of guys together, maybe ship them out for a trade for another quarterback. I heard talks of them talking to New England, different things. I thought, okay, so we drafted this guy. Maybe they're going to, trade a group of guys so we can get another quarterback or get a corner that we needed. But then I was thinking maybe we should just drop down like we did every year and got somebody later in the draft and also a 2nd round.
I'm glad that you said realistically, because realistically with our 2nd round pick, we got Josh Gordon. And you guys are like spoiled little brats over there. They got to open their Christmas present a year early, and now they don't even care about it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh Gordon's old news. No, he's not. He would have been probably the number 1, the number 2 wide receiver in this draft, and we got him in the second round. So we didn't need to slide down because we got a playmaker. And that's what the Browns are looking for. They were looking for a playmaker, and if you got a chance at the top 6, you got dibs on who you think is going to be a playmaker. And hopefully, Barkevious Mingo is that guy.
So, as Dale said, we've got to figure Josh Gordon into this mix, right? Given number 6 pick and then Josh Gordon, our second round from this year, but we picked last year, you're looking at the first 2 rounds as successful?
Yeah, the way I think about it, I really wanted D. Miller at 6. I did. I think that was one of the biggest holes we needed to fill since with, this offseason, the free agency has been all defensive. We didn't do anything offensively in the free agency whatsoever. So I figure if we're going to have one more hole to fill in this defense, then D. Milner or the guy from LSU would be with that pick. But Barkevious?
Nailed
I'm going to just call it Mingo. You know what? We all saw this with Joe Thomas. When they draft Joe Thomas for a quarterback that we really needed, and we're like, Joe Thomas, really? Look how he turned out. I mean, he turned out to be
pretty damn good.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, he's been the Pro Bowl for how many years? So they obviously saw something in Joe Thomas that they picked up before we actually needed a quarterback. So this could turn out to be one of those picks. Like, we didn't see this coming whatsoever, but they obviously saw something in Mingo to do something with this defense. And we did go in the third round and pick up McFadden. So, I mean, we did fill that spot, but I like it. Josh Gordon, I mean, that's got to be the bright star of this whole draft because we picked him up last year. He's going into his second year, and he should be in his first year. So he's already got that first-year experience.
Yeah.
He's going to go up now.
He's got what no other second-round pick in this entire draft.
And
or no first-round pick has, and that's a year of NFL experience under his belt. So.
And then you have Greg Lowe going to his, third year now? Going into this. So now we're going. But now the more I think about the draft, I think offensively,
it's kind of clustered.
Yeah, it's kind of clustered. I mean, you can't do much about the offense anymore because we're stacked on wide receivers.
Yeah, well, I say we're drenched in mediocrity at wide receiver.
Well said.
Because you got, Greg Little, question mark. Josh Gordon, we hope he could be that number 1 guy. It's only year 2. Devon Bess, he's a possession receiver. We did sign one offensive weapon, and that was David Nelson from Buffalo.
Yeah.
And he kind of slid under a lot of people's radar, but he caught 71 balls last year with Buffalo, so I've been interested to see how they can work everything into that offense as well.
This linebacker.
Yeah, Quentin Groves. By the way, Quentin Groves got caught trying to pick up a prostitute in Cleveland 3 nights ago. I just want to tell you, Quentin, this is not Oakland, all right? Hookers are not as free roamed around here as they are out there on the West Coast. So,
and by the way, don't answer the ad in the paper either. Where would you? We don't put prostitute ads in the paper and say
C
call me for
magazine is bait. So be careful for all you rookies. That's my advice.
With that,
Pathetic.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
everybody's a steal. The 6th round, he could have been a steal. No, he's not a steal. He's not a steal. He's in his fucking 6th round. He's not a steal.
Yeah, but
He's down here for a reason.
That's what you got to do. You got to find those gems.
Everybody's a steal.
You got to try to find those gems, man, because they're out there.
Nobody's coming out like them.
It happens, Ramon.
There is
Every
no
now and
more
then it
Tom
happens.
Brady's coming out in the 6th round. So please
Go
drop
past that. I mean, look at undrafted players.
There is no more Harrisons coming out.
Arian Foster was an undrafted free agent.
You're like
That's all I'm saying.
You could call them 8th round picks because Josh Gordon would be an 8th round pick undrafted.
1 in 3 billion.
Well, that's pretty out there, but maybe
it's not
they only draft like 2.
So you're saying there's a chance?
They only draft 230 players a
There's
year.
no gems out there. I'm telling you. I hate when people say that about the thing. We picked up this guy who blew out his knee. Man, he could be the steal in the 6th round, man.
He could be.
He could be.
Because he was undervalued. He was undervalued based on shenanigans.
He's got a blown out knee. The reason why he dropped out
Whatever,
there.
man.
Yeah.
He could be.
You know what I like about the pick? I like that they're looking at smaller schools. They're not just trying to look at them. They're out there. They're looking at smaller schools to try to find guys that have talent, that can be skills, smaller set skills that can be maybe sharpened into that 4 caliber, hoping that 5-star caliber player. East Central Oklahoma. But that's not the worst of it, Mike. No, we have to go all the way to Chadron State
Yeah, Division 5.
to find
You didn't
our
hear the
number
Division 5,
6,
did you?
number 227. This is think of the name for the future. Garrett Gilkey. Doesn't it just pop to you?
Double
Gilkey.
G.
Remember that pussifying earlier?
Yeah.
Sounds like he's part of that. Guilty.
6'6", 318.
All right, maybe
Hates
not.
prostitutes.
I was watching some highlights on him, and all they showed was them playing in the snow the whole time. So maybe that's why they picked him up, because, cold weather here and all that. So.
All right, well, here's the plan. We're going to start a Division 14 league in your backyard.
Maybe we'll get drafted.
We'll get some looks, maybe, and
I graduated from
he could be a steal.
DST University.
He could be a steal. He could be a
Could be a
steal.
steal, right?
First team all shenanigans.
Are you ready?
All right, I am taking over hosting honors as we will now each take turns hosting the 2-minute drill to add a little variety and give other people the chance to sound off on some questions that normally wouldn't.
I got fired.
No, he's good. All right,
got
so
fired.
2-minute drill. We ask questions. We're going to concentrate mostly around the draft here overall. Not so much the Browns, but try to touch on other aspects of it as well. And we're going to do it all in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Is the timer up?
Ready, set, go.
All right, let's grade the draft overall, starting with the Browns. Brett, hit me. Grade.
B.
I'd say a B.
C-.
All right.
I'm unprepared in this role, Dale.
Way to justify your answers, gentlemen. I'll give us a B-. I like the picks. I still keep Josh Gordon in there. We'll grade the draft overall, not just the Browns. What'd you think of it? Brett.
I give it a B. I like everybody's picks.
All
I'd
right.
say it was a D draft. Boring. There wasn't a whole lot going on and not a lot of great players to look at.
Ramon?
Same here, D. It wasn't a real big standouts.
I'm going to give it a C+. It wasn't all the fireworks that we had last year, but it was a chance for teams to go ahead and try to grab that other piece that they need, those solid linemen and defensive players whose names you don't hear all the time. C+ overall. Surprise pick. Mike.
Most surprising pick of the entire draft for the Browns.
Entire draft.
For the entire draft, I would say the most surprising pick was every pick that the Ravens made when they didn't get a receiver and they need one.
Ooh.
Just dumb.
Ooh. Brett.
I want to say Matt Barkley to
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
They have a quarterback thing going on over there. I have no idea what's going on.
Crazy.
So, yeah.
Ramon.
He took mine. I was going to say the same thing.
All right. Well, I'm going to give it to Chance Warmack from Alabama, went to Tennessee. This guy's a beast. I saw his tape. Check it out if you can. He's going to be clearing the way for Chris Johnson. Look for him to bounce back. Okay, New York Jets. Rex Ryan looking to save his job. Who's going to start week 1? Geno Smith or Mark Sanchez? Ramon.
Ooh.
Geno Smith.
Mark Sanchez, game 1.
Fuck him. Geno Smith.
All right, real quick, Monte Te'o. Are you surprised that he fell? Quick, Brett.
Yeah, no, not really with everything going on, but good
I
pick up
was
San Diego.
shocked that the guy fell. He wasn't that bad.
Ramon?
Yeah, big time.
I don't care. I think the guy's a whack job. Last question. Mike Brown. Back to the Cavs. Brett.
I need more than 2 minutes to talk about that.
Oh.
All right, well, we're about out of time anyway. Boom, there it is. But we're going to have to hit that then. We're going to have to give it some more time. And, yeah, there we go.
That's the worst, like, in a 2-minute drill ever.
That was your iPhone 2 ringtone.
So,
Hey guys, 2 minutes is over.
And he's commenting on the little alarm that had come up when 2 minutes came up. There we go. There's a respect.
Hit us with a real, like, nuclear disaster sounding alarm. I'm gonna hear the tornado.
So we'll work on the dog barking.
Why not? We are the Browns. Brought to you by Barkevious Mingo. That'd be awesome if you can make that happen.
I will make that happen.
Sweet.
Mike Brown is back. Mike Brown is now
Yep.
the coach of the Cavaliers. No, this is not 2007. It's not 2008 or 2009.
And it's not April 1st.
And it's really not April Fool's Day. God, I wish it was. Mike Brown has been asked to come back after getting fired. Now, has anybody here ever been fired, then had their boss call them a couple years later and say, "Can you come back to work?"
Yeah.
All right.
I
You are the
did,
Mike
yeah.
Brown of the
I try not to burn bridges, you know? I try not to burn a bridge.
All right, so they went out to you today, come back?
Well, I ended up going back there after time. New management came back in, and they still admired my skills to do the job that I had done previously.
And your star employee had left, and you were hoping the star employee came back, but didn't really like it.
No, I became the star employee. It was a gamble. It was a gamble well taken.
Well, and so, and Brad, you said the same thing happened to you. Odd coming back to the same walls, the same situation, but completely different now that there's been some time lapse in between. There have been people in between. There have been ideologies that wanted you out of there that obviously have changed, and that had to be a weird situation to come back to, right?
That had to be a very awkward contract signing. Hey, Mike Brown, sorry, fired you.
Come
we
back.
thought LeBron didn't like you, so come on back and sign this line right here.
That could be a pretty potential GDB skit right there. Maybe we could do that interview.
I'm all full of ideas tonight, aren't
You
I?
are the idea, man. So, does anybody here like the signing of Mike Brown as coach of the Cavs? Anybody?
I'm gonna be the guy that says.
Oh man, this is a guy like Mangini on the Browns.
Say, hey, careful.
Hey,
Don't
I agree
hit
with
on
him.
the
I like
Mangini.
Mangini for the Browns, and I like this pick too.
Our
But
ship would have been well buoyant and flowing, and we'd have been having topless parties on deck. It would have been awesome.
Oh,
Our Super Bowl
go ahead
trophy.
then. I'm liking this. Topless party.
Well,
Yeah,
but now
until
we're
you
here.
woke up and we hired some douchebag named Pat Shermer who never did anything. All right, hey, what were we talking about?
Yeah.
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown is back, and you said you like
I
this.
said I like it. I'm going to tell you why. Number one, the pool of available basketball coaches is horrendous. There are no quality names out there. You know, you don't see. When was the last time you saw a college coach come to the NBA and try to coach a team? Anyone?
Well, it happens.
When?
They just don't do very well.
When?
It's not something that has been very successful.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Phil Jackson's out there.
Phil Jackson isn't coming
The
to Cleveland.
Gundy brothers.
Even though I would love to pay Phil Jackson $12 million to only coach the home games, I would still do that because he's not going to travel with the team. So
Jeff Van Gundy, Steve Van Gundy.
They only
They're out there.
they only fired Mike Brown because they wanted to keep LeBron. Everybody knows that.
Yep.
I would have liked to see what he could have done with the team had he stick around. But one thing that we did do as a team was play defense really well under Mike Brown. I admit that he's not an offensive-minded coach. He's not the greatest with
Anything?
making change-ups or
decisions.
No, not
in-game.
decisions. In-game decisions. Thank you. There's another word for it. I don't know why I can't.
Managing the game.
Coach, yes.
Yeah,
all that into one.
He's not good at coaching the game.
But they could get a guy.
play
They could get a guy to run the offense. You know. And they substitutions. No, that wasn't it either. God, I'm fucking this up.
Yeah.
So anyway,
right now you hung him there.
It's all right.
So
Anyway,
you established that Mike Brown couldn't coach, but you like him back as coach.
we played good defense under Mike Brown, which is more than we did under Byron Scott. That's all I'm saying. At least we did one thing well, and we saw playoff games. You're not going to win
With the
playoff
greatest
games
player in
when
the
your
game.
MVP player is throwing those games. So it doesn't matter how well we did with
You
LeBron.
got to get there to throw them, and apparently we're nowhere near there.
You should have saved them and
Yeah.
spread them out a little bit.
I know.
But go ahead, Ramon.
Well, I'm gonna go. As I talked about earlier in the show, in the beginning of the show, why ain't wearing nothing Cleveland is because this city never seems to fail to amaze me on the decisions they make for itself in sports. With the hiring of Mike Brown, with the picks that we make it with the Browns and with the Indians fucking up, and it's a city just drains me as a person.
Welcome
And
back,
you know,
Negative Nancy.
Taking everything out of me, you know. I get so geared up and I get so pumped for all this stuff, and then I just get let down.
All right, so
And I can only be optimistic so much.
that's the beer half empty. Now here's the beer half full. A whole new Browns team, a whole new Indians team that is finding their way.
No, but you know,
A new
I feel
Cavs
like
team coming out.
I get so pumped, you know.
'Cause you're hungry.
You know, and I want to see this team win so bad.
Any team.
You know, anything. Just give me
Gladiators.
I'll take a Gladiators championship.
Just a little bit of
Gladiators are 1-4.
Very precious announcement. Gladiators are 1-4.
Even if it's hockey, let me know. I'll go. I'll support.
Give us a Cleveland State Final Four.
Anything, just please. I'm begging this city to just give me something, man, before I hate myself.
I'm sure there's a high school football team out there you can
Oh my
support. that
God.
probably
I'm
will
just
win you some
saying.
games.
Gotta
Just
love
to-
it. Like we gotta
Oh,
branch
man.
out to Columbus. Too,
I know,
for
right,
college
right.
football. We kind of steal the Buckeyes. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, I think the only reason is because they win.
Or it's because they have the name State after their name.
Right,
It's
right.
like, yeah, we can root for them.
Yep.
Cleveland State has no football team,
Right.
so
There we go. And that's why you see me know sports. That's
All right. I kind of thought it might be something like that.
yeah.
Well, you got 130 days till football. I'm sure you'll find the animal in there again.
Yeah.
Come football season.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know he's going to be in all Browns attire
Yeah,
before that opening day game. And
but you know,
he's gonna-
tailgate, you know, I just get that pumping in my veins and
It's alcohol
love it, you know.
pumping in your veins.
That too.
And heroin.
Yeah.
And heroin.
And heroin, yeah.
And Molly.
What happened? All right. Dale Shantz-Tersey.
I'm going to raise my beer. I'm going to take the easy way on this one. I don't know why Brett couldn't just go, hey, we had the draft. I'll raise my beer to Barkevious Mingo. And, to all the new players that got drafted, I wish you all the best of luck. I hope to see you prosper and develop and hopefully help us put W's on the board for the future Cleveland Browns.
W's.
At the same time, I'm going to pour a little beer out to Jimmy Haslam and this fiasco that's going on with the flying FU. Because that's all he's doing to Cleveland fans right now is if this is really how it's going to go down, and the regime might not even last till week 1. I mean, God, that would.
Have you
just
done
be
any
so
research
bad.
lately on it? Well, he said he's going to hire his own private investigator, and then he's going to look into what's going on. And
I'm sure that guy's going to be honest.
no, but I'm saying,
Yeah, boss, the guy paying
It's a-
me. You really fucked
if
up.
the truck couldn't fit, you must have quit. That's all I'm saying.
apparently everything that's going on right now, Jimmy hasn't met with Roger Goodell, and everything just seems fine to this moment. He's been complying with everything, and
If he goes to jail, it looks bad for the league. They're going to try to force him out in some way.
well, yeah, but I don't think he's going to jail.
He probably won't. He's got money.
So here's to Ole in Cleveland. The Ole in Cleveland.
Ole
stand.
in Cleveland,
Come on.
there you go.
Let's
We
Yeah,
didn't come
I
out. Hey, we didn't come out with a shirt like that.
Yeah.
Only in Cleveland. That's
Only
a
in
good
Cleveland,
shirt. That's
yeah.
a good shirt.
Yeah.
And maybe, underneath it have like the shot, all the negative
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to raise my beer and pour my beer out. I'm pouring my beer out to a member of this panel right here, and I'm raising my beer to Dan Levinson for pointing out that the Browns were apparently on the cock.
Yes, they
Not on
were.
the clock draft night, but apparently, according to the Game Day Battle Facebook forum, they were on the cock. Now, we didn't
they
notice that. My boy DST was the one that posted it, and nobody noticed it. And that's the funniest thing is we didn't notice it. People post. We had a lot of people posting. Nobody noticed it. And then this damn Wolverine fan comes in and is like, by the way.
A day later, the next morning.
The next morning
a
even.
sober mind.
So pour my beer out to Dale.
Yeah.
Raise my beer to you, Dan,
sorry about
for finding
that,
it.
Browns
but
fans.
it wasn't intentional, of course. And
But nobody else caught that either. So even the people that were responding to that thread.
if you're watching this on Facebook, scroll down and you'll find it. It's still there. We're not taking it off. It's just funny now.
Take it off.
All right, so I'm hoping that now we've given Brett
How
about
you doing,
5
Brett?
minutes to think about stuff. Brett, you have one.
Could you pull something together?
I'm going to raise my beer to the Browns.
Maybe a little.
To the city of Cleveland.
Maybe a little Notre Dame player that we drafted, or
no, I had one.
maybe a little.
I had one, but I wanted to go last because
All right.
kind of sentimental. I want to give this to the Monsters organization for great 6 seasons that I've worked for them. The Fan Appreciation Game, the last game of the season, was my last Monsters game.
Oh, no shit.
I retired. I have 6 Gladiators game only because they needed help. But after that, I'm done with the Monsters, and 6 seasons. It was a blast. I loved it. I wish I could stay the whole time, but I can't be a part-time jobber for all my life. So this goes out to the Monsters and everybody that works for the whole organization, from Dan Gilbert owning them all the way down to the ticket sales guys. So this is all to you. Thanks for a great 6 seasons.
Hey there.
So.
Okay.
How do we get tickets now?
Yeah, I know, man. The tickets.
Wait, hey, what do you think about yourself?
Good book, guys.